Good morning, peeps. How we all doing? Well, I come out for a tab this morning, but guess what? What a plonker. Talk about defying the 7Ps. Yeah, I forgot to pick up my sunnies out of the car before Lisa went to work this morning. So, it's a beautiful sunny day here. Bit cold, but sunny. And like I say, been a bit of a plonker. 7Ps. Piss poor preparation and planning leads to a piss poor performance. So nobody's guilty of that one this morning. Been a couple of videos sent out by Keith over the last couple of days. I replied to one about standards. Yeah, I honestly believe that standards and bearing in the British Army today has fallen by the wayside slightly, but it's not only today. Like I said in the video that I posted, I saw it back in the 90s, and a lot of it was to do with this politically correctness creeping into the forces. I had a friend of mine who was a drill sergeant. Yeah, he was really regimental duties, got posted to Pirbright, and Jim was a true drill sergeant. One of the things though was we called him Liver Lips. He came from Lossiemouth in Scotland. His mouth moved, but he didn't have a clue what he was talking about. But Jim was addressing a young recruit. Yeah, started to tear him a new backside for being a bag of crap. And the next thing Jim knew was he got a yellow card waved in front of him. So Jim, being the drill sergeant that he is, turned around and told this young recruit where he was going to stuff this yellow card. And the next thing, young lad pulls out a red card. And apparently the yellow card meant back off and frightened. Red card meant I'm going to report you. Which the young recruit did. And Jim ended up in front of the commanding officer. But when he went out in front of the commanding officer, he said to him, "Good morning. Good morning. Good morning." But yeah, Jim was out in front of the CO, and it was explained to him what this card system was. And what Jim didn't know was the yellow card meant that back off and frightened, and you're not supposed to interact with that recruit for at least the next 20 minutes. Well, Jim had only been at Pirbright for a short while, and he said to the Colonel, I'm a drill sergeant. That's what I'm supposed to do, and if I can't do that, I need a posting out of here. Yeah, and sure enough, Jim got sent off to Wattisham and ended up as the CQMS in Wattisham. But like I say, that was back in the 90s. I remember when I was teaching JMCs, or Junior Military Certificates. For those of you in the infantry regiments, it's basically a junior NCO's cadre. And again, I was back at the depot, and I was orderly corporal. Yeah, so I'm stood there, inspected the guard, and one of the lads had turned up in training shoes to do a guard duty. And I, "What do you think you're doing? You got a biff chip for that of your son?" "No, we don't have to wear boots for the first couple of weeks." Well, 1977 when I joined, you got issued with your DMS boots, you broke them in, and you wore them, you went for runs in them and everything. And then all of a sudden it's a case of people can do what they want. And it seems like in today's modern army, that seems to be the case. It's like Keith was going on about berets and cap badges. Your cap badges around the back of your left ear. Some of the beret shapes today looks like a Yorkshireman's flat cap. And you're like, there's no real sort of standards anymore. that's the way they want to look, you know. And these people are going publicly and being interviewed on various TV channels and so on. Now, I remember when we went out to Bosnia, we actually had to do a course on media, on how we react with the media and so on. So I don't understand why that doesn't happen today. But there you go. Talking about media in Bosnia and equipment, because Keith was going on about the equipment that we were issued with. Whilst I was out in Bosnia on my third tour, I should have been issued with some boots called Matterhorns. And these boots were basically for Arctic conditions. I went out during the winter. And during the Christmas period, leading up to Christmas itself, we decided that we were going to have a Christmas cake competition. So using the Slottos as our assistants, we made Christmas cakes. Now my Christmas cake, it was a round white Christmas cake, all iced, and in the middle of it was a chimney with what looked like a set of boots hanging out the top. Around the circumference of the cake, it said, "Maybe Santa's got my Matterhorns." Well, we didn't know it at the time, but it ended up with a Swedish TV crew came in and filmed us, about this Christmas cake competition. I'm friendly, honest, I am. I'm extremely friendly. Hello. So, peeps, I've got a dog that's being friendly with me now. Good morning, my love. How are you? But we didn't know that this TV crew were coming in. And as it was, I won the Christmas cake competition, to my surprise. And during the interview with the Swedish TV crew, the young reporter said to me, "We don't quite understand what you mean with maybe Santa's got my Matterhorns." So I explained to him that I deployed out to Bosnia. I've been there about 2 months now, and I still hadn't got my Matterhorn boots. Well, I saw the colonel behind the TV crew sort of wince, and when they disappeared, the colonel said to me, "Staff, do you realise what you've done?" And I said to him, "No, sir, what's up?" He said, "That TV crew are freelance. That information could go to anywhere in the world. And you've basically embarrassed the British government into the fact that you've not been issued with your equipment." And I said to him, "Well, I speak the truth, sir." And sure enough, about 3 weeks after I'd done my interview, my Matterhorn boots had appeared in Bosnia. The QM gave them to me, and now my feet were nice and toasty. Brilliant. But when I came to leave the army in 2000, I went to sign off, hand all my kit in. I took 2 ton of Buckshee kit, spare combats, shirts, all the bits and pieces that I thought I was never going to need again, and handed them over to the storeman. Got him to try and sign my signing off sheet, and he refused to because he wanted my Matterhorn boots. Well, they were actually in my bunk in the Sergeant's mess. So I said to him, "Why do you want those? You can't reissue them or anything." "Oh, but I've got to take them off your 1157. So I went over to the Sergeant's mess, got my boots, went back to the stores, and I quite literally threw them over the counter at him in disgust. These boots, they couldn't be reissued, and so I didn't understand why they had to be handed back in again. But that's it, that's the way things are, isn't it? So, like I say, that's a bit on some of our equipment. So anyway, like I say, I'm out tabbing again today. Again, only short ones. Look at that sky over there, right? sun breaking away. Out tabbing again, only a short one, because like I say, after my stroke last September, I've got to take things nice and steady. So I'm going to just tab down to the reservoir, which is about 2.5 miles away, and then tab back again. But I hope we're all doing well. Keith has put out some wonderful videos. I will do a follow-up on some of them. Some of them will probably be done while I'm out tabbing next couple of weeks. Some of them I might just sit at home and be a lazy git and do it from there. But then again, I'm getting old, so I can do that. So to all of you out there, if you're new to the channel, as Keith says, and you wish to subscribe, please consider it. Yeah, the more and more you subscribe and interact with me, the more the channel grows. But I'm not telling you to do it, I'm asking you to consider it, same as Keith does. Yeah. We've got Operation Jackdaw coming up, and I'm going to do a separate video on that a bit later on when I get down to the bottom. But to you all, whether you're an existing subscriber, new subscriber, or someone who's just fallen upon this channel, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. And as Keith would say, let's tab.